Hey everyone, Ryan from 2 Car Pros here. Today, hopefully, I'm starting off a vlog series on my dream car that one of my neighbors has. So they called me, they're looking to sell it finally. I've looked at probably 6 of these over the years, just trying to find the right one, and I hope this is it. I hope I'm at the end of my journey looking for them. And I want to take you guys along for the ride with me. And that's not just where this video series is going to end. If the car is right, I don't even know yet. I haven't even seen it yet. I don't know. So I'm hoping I make this video not in vain and I don't just delete it because I'm salty that the car's not in the condition I want. So fingers crossed. That's what I look at. My shaky phone cam. I did not think to grab my good camera to do this because this is kind of an impromptu start to my absolute dream car project. A neighbor of mine had one. It runs a little bit, but not great. So I'm putting it on a trailer to take it up to my shop, but I think I might put it in my garage first, just to do some cleaning and some absolute car stuff nerdiness. So the moment of reveal has arrived on what car I've purchased. It's been my dream car for ever. So here it is. That is a 67 Camaro. It is my favorite Camaro. I can't even believe it. So this is what it looks like. It's in a little bit rough of condition, but it is going to be fixed. I'm going to be fixing it, and I'm going to make a huge series here on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed to catch that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my garage. I put it on the trailer because I thought I was going to take it up right now, but it's actually going to rain in a little bit, so I think I am going to put it in my garage and start on the cleaning. Alright, I got it in my personal garage. Fans of the channel might remember over there is where I used to actually film 2 Car Pros. That's my backup toolbox there, and my backup's backup. So that's where I keep this. I don't keep this at my shop. The other toolbox is a little bit more photogenic, so that's why that's there. I know the lighting is just god-awful, and when I actually get back to the shop and I have my good lighting and my good camera, the production quality will go up on this video. I'm sorry if it's not to my normal quality, but I am so excited. I am basically shaking. Listen how solid this door is. As somebody who grew up in the 90s, I can respect that. The car is all original. It has numbers matching engine and transmission, a 327 as designated on the side here. 2-speed power glide, I believe. I'm not a huge expert on these older cars. This specific one. I had a Chevelle years ago, but I was never happy with it, so I kind of not tossed it, but I sold it. I can't believe how lucky I got on this. It even has a center console in pretty good shape, so I think the game plan is going to be taking everything out and cleaning it and maybe respraying that with some better paint. That might be the call there, but look at the dash. The dash is an insanely good quality. Oh, you can't see that. You got the reflection there, but the dash is an insanely good quality. I'm really digging that. There's a lot on this car that I really enjoy. That giant wheel needs to go, though. That steering wheel is way too big, dude. So we'll probably be replacing that with a smaller wooden unit. So now I'm going to take my time and clean it because it's kind of... yeah, we'll put it that way. Look how nice the headliner is, though. You can't see it because it's all dark. If we dig into the back seat, we can get a better feel of who the person was that owned this before me, that daily drove it. So, some sort of rag, very pretty. It's got flowers on it. Can of Michelob Ultra. It's good, good driving fuel, I guess. Don't drink and drive. And milk? Oh, it's just water. Oh my god. I thought this was actually milk. Woo! Well, it dodged there. Imagine that was milk and like blew up. So I think one of the big jobs we're going to be doing first is removing this disgusting carpet. I think that's gonna be one of the big jobs. It looks like too they tried to rekey it at some point. I'm unsure. I don't care. It's going to the trash. Whew, a lot of dust flying around. It looks like another dusty glory. Oh my gosh. We can probably fold this back. Did we pull this off to see what it reveals? Oh. 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 I guess this disgusting seat cover was put on to keep the seat nice. Wow. Was not expecting that. That looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. Okay. I'll take it. Because the driver's seat needs a full replacement or a respring because it's really collapsed. The passenger seat, I think we can get away with just putting a new skin on it. Unfortunately, I think that the backing is going to have to go along with the seat. But see, I was talking about the center console area. Just really looks like it needs a coat of paint. I'll take it out, clean it, put a coat of paint on it. Good to go. That is not... Look at that head unit. Oh, upgraded probably somewhere in the 80s if I had to take a guess. Because there's the original. Air and fan. See? Where do you want it? How much you want it? How hot do you want it? You had your choice of hot and, well, slightly less hot. That's a relic from the past down there. For those of you who don't know, the dim switch on the far left, that little silver button, turns the high beams on and off. So we've got our work cut out for us. There she is, the 327 in all of her glory. Fuel filter's new. So that's good. The plugs look dated. I don't think they're original. Not an AC car, but we can turn it into one fairly easily. I just love how much room these old cars have. It's fantastic. I'm so excited to get this done and cleaned and really sink my teeth into this project. So we got our work cut out for us, everyone. It's going to be a massive project, and tomorrow I think I'm going to pick this video up when I have it loaded on the trailer and we're towing it to the shop because I think it's going to rain tomorrow, so I need to get the car weatherproofed at least a little bit so that way it will, you know, make it, because one of the windows is broken, it doesn't roll up. So some trash bags and taper in order. So that's what we're going to be doing basically tonight, and tomorrow morning I'll be loading it up. So I'll see you guys then. All right, got it loaded up. It is raining, so I taped up the window here. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to get all wet. I'm a Californian, I'm allergic to rain, so it is loaded up, and now we drive to work. All right, I made it to work. Unfortunately, my waterproofing ideas did not work. I guess these aren't so good against water, but good against paint. Go figure. So now we need to get this into the shop. And it should be fine. Work? Kinda. Alright, we got it in the shop. Should look familiar to all of you that are fans of the channel. So I think what we're gonna do next is get it up in the air so I can take a look at it underneath. So we got the car up in the air and you can see that it is in pretty darn pristine condition. I'm pretty sure this is the original engine too. I don't know, I'd have to look it up to be 100% sure. Look, back when cars came with transmission drain bolts. Boy, I wish that was a trend they kept doing. But you can see down, these panels here are completely flawless. They're absolutely wonderful. Ring back here is pretty solid. This is a totally California car, which is, well, what I wanted. Back here, the only thing I see that we're going to need to fix is it looks like it might have gotten a little boo-boo back here. See that little crack right there? Really shouldn't be there. So we're gonna hammer that flat, weld it, grind it off, be brand new. I like this car. It's like brand new. I can't believe how lucky I got on this dude. The first thing I'm going to do is take off this useless air pump. It's not plugged into anything and there's no belt on it. And even if I was keeping this engine, I still would have taken it off. That's how you know no one like me has owned this car, because the air pump's still on it. Alright, so basically we need to remove this air pump here. We need to remove that 9/16 bolt, this 9/16 nut, and it'll probably slide out of the way. There's another mount down there. Let's just start taking things off. This is an American car, so unlike the stuff I've worked on very recently, which is basically all metric, you know, it's kind of nice to use my American tools. They don't usually get out. There's one. Take this ground off. Now this ground is the engine ground, so we're gonna have to reattach that. We can't forget, because if you don't reattach that, all kinds of weird things can happen. Oh yeah. Now we can remove this air pump. Throw it right in the trash. See how much nicer that is? Look how much more open the engine is now without that useless air pump chilling. Okay, I just gotta take the bracketry off for the air pump. That'd be these ones. I think they're 9/16, probably. Alright, well, we're going to replace that bolt because it helps hold the intake manifold onto the head. There you go. Aces! Oh yeah. Much less cluttered without that worthless air pump. And I'm kind of using a nut there as a big washer because that bracket's not there anymore. That nut isn't threaded on here. It's just preventing this from having any slop because you need this ground onto the engine. And the other thing I want to do is make sure this ground for the body, this little one here, is better. But first, what I want to do today, but anyway, back to what I wanted to do is take this amp out. Somebody has put in this aftermarket amp. I'm going to guess by the date of the dated design, it was probably in the 80s, and the fact that it was handcrafted in the USA, you don't really see that anymore. So today's job is going to be unplugging that and getting rid of all the wiring and whatnot, because if it's not standard, I don't want it. Maybe I'll reuse these speaker holes because they're already here. There's really nothing I can do about those. I don't think those are standard. Pretty sure not. I'm pretty sure you only got the one speaker at the front, in the middle of the dash. So let's go ahead and take this silly amp out. Maybe they ran subs at one point. Like big old blasting 808s rolling in your classic Camaro. Alright, so it looks like the only thing plugged in is the power. So the power actually doesn't, see that right there? That's power. So I don't want to just clip those and have it ground out or something. I guess I can disconnect the battery and do it that way. Alright, I disconnected the battery, and now we can... Okay. Get that out of there. And we can cut those wires off and abandon them properly until we can take apart the car further and do that. I would just leave them, but I do have to move this car occasionally, so I can't just leave the battery unplugged. I have to be able to drive this thing.
Oh, you know what? That did a pretty good job of sealing itself off. I don't think we have to properly abandon those. The chances of that grounding out is very low.
It's basically self-sealed itself, which is cool, so I don't think we need to tape any kind of ends or anything. I don't think it's going to ground out. I think it'll be just fine. The last thing I think we can do today is take off this really nice original Chevrolet Camaro emblem. This top one, the nuts have already fallen off the back, so we can just pull it straight out. Easy. And we're going to preserve this because I want to put it back on the car and just polish it. It's in amazing shape, so we're just going to do that for the bottom one now. So now we can remove this, push it from behind might be easier. Because we are going to be painting this car and I want to keep all the original badging because I think it's so perfect and neat. The other badging I want to keep is the Camaro. I don't think I'm going to keep this side marker. I think I'm going to get rid of that. I'm not a big fan of that. But I want to keep the Camaro logo. And probably this logo with the French flag on it as well. Just anything that says 327 I want to take off because the 327 isn't permanent. I think this side says 327. Yeah, this side says 327. So I guess you can just remove that and maybe keep this. Thank you everyone for joining me. I think I'm going to end this video off here. I have no idea how long it's going to be. I hope it's interesting because I'm going to keep doing these periodically. I'm hoping to do one of these videos, updates on the Camaro, about once a month. They're way less formal than my normal videos because those normal videos are how-tos, and this is really more of a vlog build of my car. I couldn't be more excited, and I couldn't be more excited you guys are joining me for the ride. Please comment any kind of great collector car story you have, story about a Camaro, anything you think I should know about your personal journey with a collector car, please let me know. I'd love to read it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed if you enjoy this type of content, and I will see you next time.